All right, let's jump right into this explainer and break down a totally fascinating piece of internet culture to see what a modern glow-up really looks like today. When we hear the phrase glow up, we usually picture those classic before and after photos, right? A sudden, super dramatic physical transformation. But in today's digital world, that definition has evolved into something way more complex, heavily structured, and honestly, pretty intense. Today, we're going to explore a viral daily schedule that completely rewrites the whole concept of self-improvement. What is absolutely wild about this routine is that it's a literal 14-hour, minute-by-minute blueprint for a better you, complete with emojis. This isn't just some vague list of nice-to-have goals. We're looking at a rigid, time-stamped itinerary that kicks off the exact second the alarm rings at 8 a.m. and does not stop until 9:45 p.m. It's really the perfect snapshot of how the modern internet approaches self-care right now, treating it almost like a high-level executive schedule that has to be aggressively managed and totally optimized. To really unpack this, we're going to deconstruct the schedule into 5 key themes. 1, the glow-up blueprint. 2, morning momentum. 3, mind and body wellness. 4, the art of chilling. And 5, the evening wind-down. Starting with number 1, the glow-up blueprint, or how we go about structuring self-care. The crucial takeaway here is that a glow-up isn't just a quick makeover anymore. It is a meticulously planned daily lifestyle. It's designed to optimize literally every waking minute. If you look closely at the framework, the author is trying to strike this perfect, almost utopian balance. They want to be crazy productive, look aesthetically flawless, reach total mental zen, and still manage to get enough rest. It really makes you wonder, is it actually possible to schedule perfection, or is the mere act of scheduling it the real goal we're chasing here? Let's move into part 2, morning momentum, covering 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Notice the absolute rapid-fire succession of these tasks. 5 completely different activities checked off the list in just 35 minutes. You've got an 8 a.m. wake-up, followed immediately by making the bed at 8:05. Exactly 5 minutes later, at 8:10, it's time for washing the face and doing skincare. Then, getting dressed at 8:30 and sitting down for breakfast at 8:35. There is absolutely no hitting snooze here. There is no staring blankly at the ceiling, contemplating life. This routine demands military precision from the exact second your eyes open to generate this unstoppable wave of momentum to carry you through the rest of the day. And the swift, hyper-productive morning sequence officially caps off at 9 a.m. with room tidying. It's all about setting up a clean physical space before transitioning into any deeper work. And honestly, this is a classic psychological tactic. By 9 a.m., the creator of this schedule has already crushed 6 distinct tasks. They've essentially engineered a massive sense of victory before the morning has even really started, proving that our physical environment deeply dictates our mindset. All right, part 3, mind and body wellness, which we'll call the midday shift. As we move into the late morning, the timeline reveals a dedicated block for real self-improvement, and it flows so seamlessly from mental health straight into physical exertion. At 11 a.m., there's this broad, flexible mandate to just do something for your mental health, which naturally tapers right into journaling at 11:30. Then that mental focus builds directly into physical wellness. Look at the absolute micromanagement at 1 p.m. It literally says, change into yoga workout clothes, followed by the actual workout and yoga at 1:05 p.m. Giving yourself exactly 5 minutes on the dot to change clothes is exactly the kind of intensity that makes this document so fascinating. But zooming in on that journaling block for a second, I absolutely love this endearing typo, write in journal, spelled WRIGHT. It adds such a deeply relatable human touch to an otherwise perfectly curated list. Amidst all the intense optimization and the super rigid time blocks, a simple spelling error reminds us that there is a real, totally imperfect person behind the screen, just trying their absolute best to build a good day. And then we get this boldly capitalized exclamatory instruction for a 12 p.m. lunch. It perfectly captures the enthusiastic, almost demanding motivation of the author. It doesn't just say, eat lunch. No, it's an all-caps order from your own past self, shouting at you right off the page with 3 exclamation points to make sure you don't ruin your morning momentum with a bad dietary choice. It is self-parenting at its absolute finest. Moving right along to part 4, the art of chilling, or as I like to call it, mandated rest. 4. That is the total number of explicit daytime blocks dedicated quite literally to just chill with a little grinning emoji. And this proves that a modern glow-up isn't actually just about the constant hustle. This completely flips the script on what we've come to expect from internet productivity culture. The author isn't trying to grind for 14 hours straight. They are actively scheduling their downtime with the exact same level of respect and rigidity as their workouts. If we estimate the gaps between the scheduled tasks, we can see just how much these massive, luxurious blocks of downtime completely dominate the afternoon. You've got 90 minutes at 9:30 a.m., another 30 minutes after lunch, then a massive 100-minute block at 2:20 p.m., and yet another 100-minute block at 4:50 p.m. Guys, that is over 5 hours of dedicated chilling. It tells us that true self-care requires us to actually stop and recharge. But ironically, for our modern brains, we literally have to write it down on our to-do list just to give ourselves permission to do it. And finally, part 5, the evening wind down, aesthetics and screens. The late afternoon and early evening focus really heavily on aesthetic self-care rituals, dinner, and a final physical wind down before hitting the pajamas at 8 p.m. We see the routine shift completely away from the heavy lifting of mental health and exercise, pivoting back to surface-level comforts, painting nails at 4, doing the face mask at 4:30, a relaxing stretch at 7, followed by the night skincare routine. It's a very deliberate, super gradual ramp down designed to just wash away the day and prepare the body for rest. But I love how this contrasts the highly curated wellness habits with universally relatable reality. How do we end a perfect, totally optimized day? By immediately staring at our screens. After all the yoga, the deep journaling, and the all-caps healthy eating, what actually happens at 8:10 p.m.? Netflix. And what happens at 9:35 p.m., right before closing our eyes? Doom scrolling through the phone. It's this hilarious, totally honest admission that no matter how much we glow up, we're all still deeply tied to our digital comforts at the end of the day. But despite those late digital distractions, the routine strictly mandates sleep at exactly 9:45 p.m. to ensure a full night's rest before the whole crazy cycle begins again. It is a hard stop. The phone goes away, the lights go out, and the 14-hour optimization engine finally powers down for the night. So after seeing how heavily this specific schedule prioritizes structured relaxation right alongside hyperproductivity, I really want to leave you with a question to evaluate your own daily routine. Are you scheduling your chill time with the same fierce dedication as your work time? Are you giving yourself a strict 5 minutes to change clothes? Or are you just sort of winging it? The real beauty of this viral routine isn't that we should all copy it exactly minute for minute, but rather that it challenges us to think about how intentionally we are spending our hours. So take a good look at your own day and ask yourself, what does your ideal balance really look like?